What is up, everybody? apgrenus here, and 2020 has been a very unique kind of year, to say the least. It hasn't been the best year for us, and the world basically came to a halt, and it seems to be doing that all over again, depending on where you live. But there's one thing that has helped us while we were forced to keep into lockdown, and that's video games. I was able to play a fair bit of the video games that came out in 2020, but just like last year, I wasn't able to play them all, and you can probably see right now, here's a list of the games that I've played this year. And just like last year, I'm going to be doing my top 5 games of 2020. And this is just my personal opinion, so if you disagree, that's great! I'm an idiot! Let me know in the comments below what your games of 2020 are. However, if you decide to stick around to the end of the video and see what my game of the year is, maybe something special might await for you. Maybe a giveaway of sorts? Stick around for details on that at the end. So that being said, let's get into my top 5 games of 2020. Now this next title caught me by surprise. I think I remember hearing about it a couple years ago, mainly because the internet wouldn't shut up about it being a Breath of the Wild clone, but it just slipped under my radar after that, and I think I sort of seemed to have forgotten about it. It was only thanks to one of my Twitch subscribers that I remembered about the game, and out of curiosity did I download it. I mean, after all, it was free! What I wasn't expecting was to actually get into Genshin Impact. I thought it would quickly bore me, as I had my fill with this kind of game when I played Breath of the Wild about 3 years ago. But man was I wrong, and I was immediately hooked, pouring dozens of hours into the game and climbing all the way up to adventure rank 47 at the time of this video. The world is so big for you to explore, and there are lots of things for you to do. From helping out the townsfolk, to fighting mobs of hilly churls, to exploding barrels 5 feet away like an idiot. Do you think it'd kill KI in one shot? Yes, it does! But I mean, to be fair, I am an idiot.
My face is protected from the rain. You idiots!
Genshin does share a lot of similarities to Breath of the Wild, but it's also unique enough to warrant existing. You're able to play as a variety of different characters, and while yeah, you have to cross your fingers and wish to Barbados you get who you want in the gacha mechanic, but the game gives you plenty of free chances to get someone, and you get a couple of free characters to play as you progress in the beginning, so you're not left empty-handed and forced to spend. There are also daily commissions for you to do that warrant you to play every day, and that literally only take about 15 minutes at most, but it keeps you coming back to explore the world with that, which, have I mentioned, is gigantic? Wait, what do you mean it's not finished? If I had to nitpick, I would say that Paimon, your travel buddy and emergency food, always refers to herself in the third person, which to me got annoying after a while. Also that your friend code is always present in the bottom right, and there's no way to get rid of it at the time of this video. So yeah, that's my friend code, and if you want to add me, I can ask you how you got it, and when it's right there, and why do it go away, Paimon? Why?
I wonder what she tastes like. I mean, she is emergency food, and I mean, I am kind of hungry. Can you see me?
In all my hours playing this game, I've only dropped $5 on it with the blessing of the moon. Not only for the nice reward, but to push myself to keep playing and give this game a fair chance. And while you aren't guaranteed to get the character you want, the thought of getting that new character, or in this case, your next waifu if you're an idiot like me, look at the boobs! The game throws you enough bones to warrant your time and enjoyment. Did I mention the game's completely free? It's available on PC, PlayStation 4, and mobile, and once it arrives on Switch, you know I'll be playing it on there. Also, unlike Breath of the Wild, you don't slide and fall off cliffs whenever you're climbing while it's raining, so it's automatically better. Remember how I said my Twitch subscriber reminded me about Genshin Impact? Well, the same sub also gifted me this game that honestly wouldn't have been on this list if it weren't for them. So thank you, Merc! You're the reason Final Fantasy VII Remake didn't make the list, and all the backlash is on you.
So it's only your fault, you're the one to blame, and
But in all seriousness, this game just sort of clicked with me the moment I started playing. I'm a huge fan when it comes to roguelikes, and this seems to be one of the hack and slash variety, and the roguelike element alone was enough to keep me hooked. Hades isn't the first to the party with this kind of roguelike. I mean, look at Dead Cells and The Binding of Isaac. 2 roguelikes that mix the kind of elements that Hades combines, being that of the isometric level design of The Binding of Isaac, well, mainly top-down in Binding of Isaac, but let me have this one as I couldn't think of a good example, please! And the hack and slash nature that there is in Dead Cells, but Hades combines them to form a fast-paced roguelike about a son running away from home. What's better is that they actually tie the roguelike element of the game into the story, as it's to make it so that nobody can escape. but that sure as hell won't stop me from trying. Alright, listen here, Dad. I've had enough of your shit, and I'm out of here. Don't even try to stop me. Wait, you're gonna try and stop me? Hashtag Daddy, please! The combat's smooth, the gameplay is fast and fun, and there's a variety of weapons and artifacts to suit anybody's playstyle. There's not really much more I can say about Hades, but to go and try it if you're a fan of roguelikes and hack and slashes, as this is one that'll keep me and you occupied for hours and hours upon end.
Blood and darkness. Let's see your relatives upon Olympus get you out of this.
Daddy, come on, I'm a big boy now. Can't I leave the house for once in my life and see my aunts and uncles on Mount Olympus?
Why are you being abusive and sending your lackeys to stop me? Leave me alone!
Out of you.
I'm a big kid now.
Now, if you thought I couldn't say much about Hades, then that'll look like a freaking novel to what I'm about to say from about my third favorite game of 2020. Instead, how about I just show you why it's on the list? Oh yeah, baby, it's Doom Eternal. Coming off the fantastic reboot that was Doom 2016, Doom Eternal is that game, but more. If you thought Doom 2016 was fast-paced, oh, you are gonna think that is a tortoise compared to Doom Eternal. The addition of the booster makes the game feel so much faster than 2016, and you need to use it as much as possible to even remotely stand a chance against the hordes of demons thrown in your path. Demons here are relentless, and I think I had my Twitch audience to thank for that, as my playthrough was on Ultra Violence, which is the hard difficulty of the game, and I died so many times. But I persevered, and I got to the end. Speaking of the end, quick spoiler for those who haven't played it, so skip to this part of the video if you want to avoid a spoiler. Still here? Great. F the penultimate boss. You're forced to look up into the air to continue your assault on her, but the platforms below become hazardous, and enemies are constantly being brought in to steer your focus away from her, and it's just not a fun time when they do so much damage, and you can't really focus on a million things around you. Did I mention that she has a shield that regenerates if you don't focus on her? I hated this fight, and it took me so long to beat her, and she can go to hell for all I care for. Which is good, because that's probably where I sent her once I killed her. All in all, Doom Eternal is the fast-paced action shooter that I was hoping for and much more. It's a blast to play through and gets your adrenaline pumping with how intense it can get. And hey, for you Switch enthusiasts, you can finally get your hands on the game too, so there's no excuse for you to not to try it out. Now, these next two games were trading blows for the #1 spot, but in the end, I can't deny the #1 spot to that game. Another similarity are that both of these games could be considered glorified expansions to their original games, with this feeling like the 2018 game, but it's winter! Spider-Man Miles Morales could basically be summed up as a gigantic expansion of Insomniac's 2018 Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4. It's not nearly as long as the original, and there isn't as much side stuff to do. I beat the game in roughly 15 hours, I would guess, with doing everything that the game has to offer. I did all the side quests, and I got all of the collectibles hidden throughout New York. And I know that I have that much time in the original Spider-Man, and I still have yet to beat it. Now, I can't give you an exact time estimate because I played the PlayStation 4 version and there's no way for me to check how much time I spent playing the game. But just because the game is shorter than Spider-Man 2018 doesn't mean that it's a worse game. Miles Morales feels just like the 2018 game, but it gives you a couple of new options for taking down your foes with Miles' Venom powers, from a souped up punch to a ground stomp to a straight up AoE knockout. You have a lot of different ways to keep the combos going. If you're of the sneaking variety, Miles is also able to go invisible, so if you're spotted, you can quickly turn invisible and get out of sight before havoc ensues. It really comes in handy when you're scouting an area and you mess up your stealth takedown, so you can just nope the frick out of there. Oh, your buddy over there? Oh, don't worry about him. He just had one of those heart attacks. They come out of nowhere. I wouldn't worry about him anyway, because your heart attack is next. And while yeah, I did play this on the PlayStation 4, barring the one or two graphical hiccups, it was a super smooth experience, and I'm on the base PS4. And while I know this game is also available on the PlayStation 5, I will be eager to play it again on there with their super smooth 60 FPS option. If I can find one that's not being scalped, and I, you know, actually have money.
I'm a brute.
The nods to real-life events are also a nice touch. While the world is an evolving and wildly different place, the game makes nice strides to emphasize what should be standardized in today's modern culture. While yeah, the game isn't as long as Spider-Man 2018, it still offers the fun and entertaining web-swinging and gameplay you remember from the original, and that alone puts it on this list. It's $50, so while it's shorter, it isn't full priced. Unless you go for the deluxe edition on PlayStation 5, that's $70, but then you also get the remaster of the 2018 game, so you really can't complain when you get two great games for the price of a normal price one. God, prices of games are going to be $70. Oh no. If you haven't already, please try these games, as they're some of the best superhero games of all time. Isn't that right, Spider-Man? Man, I love this suit. It's so sad that you don't get this until after you beat the game, but I mean, who doesn't love a cat? Oh, he even does the combo takedowns with you. What a badass cat. Why can't you be a cat like that, Hazel? Or you, Snyder? And especially you, Herbert. I wonder...
All right, Herbert. Ready to go?
I don't think he likes it back in there.
Ah!
But before we get to my number one pick, I'm going to give a few honorable mentions to games that would have been in a top 10 list, most likely, but not in a top 5 list, because I'm not capable of doing a top 10 list. I can't think of that stuff. And just like last year, I'm going to rapid fire them, just like I did whenever I did my games of the year from 2010 to 2018. So... Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, a fun run through the timeline of Dragon Ball Z that's faithful to the show but gets repetitive quite fast. Vitamin Connection, a cute little shoot 'em up, going inside people and cleaning viruses and bacteria, though hitting a little close to home given the current world situation. Paper Mario, the Origami King, a cute Paper Mario game that's quite good when you change your aspects of Paper Mario, except Olivia just won't shut up! Fall Guys, a cute platforming battle royale that has merits but quickly lost its appeal for me after I got my first win. Final Fantasy VII Remake, a gorgeous adventure through Midgard, but is only part of the original experience and doesn't feel complete to me, yet they name it Final Fantasy VII Remake and not Remake Part 1. Also, hot take, I don't think the voice acting for the main cast is all that great, but that's just me. Alright, now with those being said, let's get to my favorite game of 2020. Now, if you thought me calling Miles Morales an expansion was a stretch, I think this entry will make a little bit more sense. I mean, the base game was my 2017 Game of the Year, and this just adds more, so why wouldn't it be here? I only got into the Persona series with an impulse buy of Persona 5 on the PlayStation 3 last year at my local Walmart, but little did I know that I was going to be hooked into one of the longest games that I've ever played. Once I started playing, I fell in love, and while I couldn't play the game over that summer because I would keep being into a stream game, I did pick up a PlayStation Vita and Persona 4 Gold just so I can get more Persona in my life. I mean, now it is on Steam, and it makes my Vita even more useless. I mean, look at that dust! But 5 made me love this series, so when Royal was announced, oh man did I get excited. New content and a new character was enough to warrant me playing through it all over again. And I did just that, as you can see with the stream footage, as we played through the entire game over on my Twitch page. While a lot of the game is the same with the familiar set pieces, I didn't care because I already loved the original game, and the little differences made it worth replaying. Like how you didn't run out of ammo during a palace invasion, new will seats to collect in each palace, and the grapple hook that changed the layouts of all the palaces and allows you to get the drop on enemies from further away. I felt the game was easier than the original, but that's because I just knew what I was doing as I treaded familiar waters, and I also played on the normal difficulty, which I wish I did play it on the hard mode for a better challenge, but I still really enjoyed my time and racked up almost 150 hours on my save file, so you'll definitely get your money's worth. And you know damn well that I'm excited for Persona 5 Strikers when it gets released in February. Will it make my 2021 Game of the Year list? Only time will tell. Regardless, my 2020 Game of the Year is Persona 5 Royal.
Hold it!
You said there was going to be a giveaway, but I don't see no giveaway. Did you lie to me? Are you a phony? Is everything I know a lie? Alright. If you made it this far, then yes, I am going to be giving away a copy of Persona 5 Royal. As you see, I have a new sealed copy ready for the taking. Well, just ignore the price sticker here. What do you expect? Anyways, I'll be giving away a copy of Persona 5 Royal over on my Twitch page on the Saturday after this video is uploaded. If this video is for some reason uploaded on a Saturday, it'll be the following Saturday. I'll have information on what to do on the description, or if it'll be on this video right now. But in order to win, you have to comment on this video this phrase that is shown on screen right now, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me over on Twitch, and comment this phrase when I open the giveaway up on stream. It'll be open to anyone, everywhere. Hopefully I can get this shipped overseas. I will be live around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time over at twitch.tv/apgrenus, and the giveaway could happen at any time throughout that night, so be sure to be there when the time comes. So I wish you luck in the giveaway of Persona 5 Royal. This game's great, so why wouldn't you want to win a copy? It's free! Anyways, that'll wrap up this video. Were there any games that surprised you to be on the list? Do you agree with my list? What was your favorite game of 2020? Let me know in the comments, or yell at me on my Discord or Twitter, and tell me how wrong I am and why I should jump into the snow.
Too late, I already have.
Woohoo! But with that being said, everyone, thank you guys all so much for watching. Have a fantastic night. Please stay safe out there, wash your hands, please wear a mask if you decide to go outside, and as always everybody, please don't forget to keep being awesome. Later everybody!